Finally, NFL Week 1 predictions. See the first game, the Bills versus the Steelers. Bills, they have a great roster right now. They kept most of their important pieces and they improved their pass rush. The Steelers, they still have a very tough defense, but their offensive line is coming together for the first time and so have the Bills winning. Then you have the Jaguars versus the Texans. Texans, they're getting a bunch of new players, a bunch of players that have not been with the team. Jaguars are also getting a new players, but not as many. And with Trevor Lawrence and some talent, I have the Jacksonville Jaguars winning. Then you have the Chiefs versus the Browns. Browns have a Super Bowl squad together right now. The Chiefs just went to a Super Bowl, and I believe in Patrick Mahomes, and I have the Chiefs winning. Then you have the Patriots versus Dolphins. Patriots, they signed a bunch of new players and they really improved their offense specifically and getting a bunch of defensive players back. The offense, they kept most of their squad together. They did improve some of their weaknesses like receiver. Since the Patriots are getting so many new players for the first time on the field, they may look a little bit off. So have the Dolphins winning. Then you have the Ravens versus the Raiders. The Ravens look great in the preseason like they usually do. That three-headed attack, Lamar Jackson and their running backs, even though Dobbins, I believe, got is out for this season, that running attack will be able to stress the Raiders defense, which I think should have done more with the defensive line. The secondary improved, and that Raiders offense may have a tough time against the Ravens defense of the Ravens winning. Then you have the Bengals versus the Vikings. Bengals haven't looked good so far. The Vikings, I believe, they have a ton of talents, so Vikings winning. Then you have the Seahawks versus the Colts. Colts, Carson Wentz first game, and the Colts do have a good defense, but I believe Russell Wilson will come out hot, and I do see talent on the Seahawks defense, which I think will do better. And that offensive line isn't terrible, not great. I say slightly below average or average, so I have the Seahawks winning. Then you have the Chargers versus football team. Football team, great defense. The Chargers did better on their line. It still could be better. That football team's defense is just very good, so I have the football team winning, and they have home field advantage. You got the Panthers versus Jets. I believe the Panthers have a lot of talent on offense outside of their line, which could be better. The defense, I believe, it's still average and could be top 10 by the end of the year. I'm very high on them. The Jets, they got Zach Wilson, but they still lack some of the talent. And Panthers at home, so the Carolina Panthers winning. Then you have the Titans versus the Cardinals. Cardinals are good. Their offense is good. The defense, I find it very average. The Titans, though, their offense is great. Their defense, though, is below average. And this one may be close, and this is definitely a good game. I have the Titans winning, though. Then you have the Giants versus the Broncos. Giants, their defense is good. Their offense, not so much. They could be an average offense. The Broncos, they're starting Bridgewater, which I think will make them win more games, and they have a talented roster, defense and offense of the Broncos winning. Then you got Cowboys versus Buccaneers. I still don't believe in the Cowboys defense and the Buccaneers being the Super Bowl champions. I think they're good enough to win, and I don't see the Cowboys offense carrying their team against the Buccaneers defense. Then you got the Eagles versus the Falcons. Eagles, they do have some good pieces. They just overall lack good pieces among the whole roster. And Falcons, they have a great offense. Their defense isn't great. And I have the Falcons winning because of their home field advantage. Then you got 49ers versus the Lions. With the Patriots, the 49ers are getting a bunch of pieces back and they may look off. So I expect this to be kind of an ugly game. The Lions, though, they just aren't great right now. Their team isn't great. They have like very little receivers. The defense isn't great. I have the 49ers winning. You have the Packers versus the Saints. Saints, they're starting Jameis Winston. Their team overall is still good. The Packers, they have Aaron Rodgers. Their team is still good. And this one's going to be close. I eventually have Jameis Winston surprising people and winning. So I have the Saints winning. And then you got the Rams versus the Bears. Bears, still tough defense. Their offense, I don't know who they're starting yet. They could potentially be good. The Rams, though, they had the best defense last year. And their offense should improve with Matthew Stafford. So I have the Rams winning. And these are my week 1 predictions.